Welcome to our channel Valuable Coins All World. In this video, I gave you information about United States of America Washington quarter dollar, which are most valuable and rare. If you interested, please see this full video. Thanks. Top 1. The United States of America has a rich history of coinage, with many of its pieces holding significant historical and financial value. One coin that has captured the attention of collectors and numismatists alike is the 1965 Washington quarter. This coin stands out in the world of American currency, not just for its age or design, but for the rare circumstances surrounding its production. In 1965, the United States was in the midst of a significant shift in its coinage system. Due to a coin shortage caused by the rising demand for silver, the U.S. government decided to make a drastic change. The silver content that had been a hallmark of coins like the Washington quarter was reduced, and the coinage was switched to a copper-nickel clad composition. This change was implemented quickly and without much public notice, making the 1965 Washington quarter especially interesting to those in the world of coin collecting. The Washington quarter itself, named after the first president of the United States, George Washington, had been in circulation since 1932. The obverse, front, of the coin features a profile of Washington, created by the renowned sculptor John Flanagan. The reverse, back, shows a bald eagle, a symbol of strength and independence, with outstretched wings. The 1965 version of this coin retained the same basic design, but with the crucial difference that it was no longer made of silver. However, what really makes the 1965 Washington quarter fascinating is a rare variation that was produced during that year. There were reports that a small number of quarters were mistakenly struck with silver rather than the newly adopted copper-nickel composition. This was an error, but it was one that would make these particular coins incredibly valuable to collectors. So, how did such a mistake happen? Coin production is a highly controlled process, and the U.S. Mint takes great care to ensure that each coin is made to the correct specifications. But with the rushed transition from silver to copper-nickel coins, it seems that some silver planchets, blanks that are used to strike coins, were accidentally left in the production line. These silver quarters were then minted alongside the rest of the copper-nickel coins, creating an extremely rare and valuable variety of the 1965 Washington quarter. For most of us, finding a coin with such a mistake might seem impossible. However, the reality is that these silver quarters are out there, and they are prized by collectors. The 1965 Washington quarter that contains silver can fetch an impressive price at auction, depending on its condition and rarity. Coins that are in pristine condition, with sharp details and minimal wear, are especially sought after. While a typical 1965 Washington quarter may be worth just a few dollars, those that are confirmed to be made of silver can bring in astonishing sums. A coin that is graded well and verified as one of these rare silver quarters could be sold for as much as $145,000. That's right, $145,000. This incredible price is a testament to the value of error coins and the demand for unique pieces in the numismatic world. The 1965 Washington quarter serves as a reminder of how even small errors in coin production can lead to items of great value. It's a thrilling piece of history, blending the worlds of economics, art, and the fascinating mistakes that occur when the U.S. Mint was transitioning through a period of change. Whether you are a seasoned coin collector or a newcomer to the world of numismatics, the 1965 Washington quarter offers a captivating glimpse into the past and a potential investment for the future. Top 2. The Washington quarter has long been one of America's most iconic coins, and when we look at the 1974 version, we're not just admiring a piece of currency, but a slice of American history. Struck over 50 years ago, the 1974 Washington quarter stands out among other quarters for several reasons. From the design that honors George Washington to the rare coins that carry a unique value, there's much more to this coin than meets the eye. In 1974, the United States was facing an economy in transition. The country had just experienced a period of rapid growth in the post-World War II era, but inflation was beginning to take hold, and changes in the metal composition of coins were starting to take place. The Washington quarter had been minted since 1932, and by 1974, it was firmly embedded as a part of daily American life. The design, which shows George Washington on the obverse, front, and an eagle on the reverse, back, was as familiar as the quarter itself. At first glance, A 1974 Washington quarter might appear to be just another standard issue coin, but there's more to it than you might think. While the majority of the 1974 quarters were made of the standard copper-nickel clad composition, collectors and numismatists know that some very special examples exist. This particular coin became even more intriguing with the discovery of certain rare variations and mistakes that would increase its value far beyond what you might expect from a regular quarter. The most fascinating feature that sets the 1974 Washington quarter apart is the existence of certain minting errors that make some of these coins exceptionally rare. One of the most notable errors involves the famous double die variety. A double die error occurs when a coin is struck more than once, and the second strike doesn't perfectly align with the first. This results in a coin with design elements that are doubled, creating a distinctive look. In the case of the 1974 Washington quarter, this double die error is particularly noticeable in areas like the lettering and the date, which can appear as though they've been stamped twice. These subtle but significant mistakes are what make this coin so special. Collectors look for these types of errors, and when they find a 1974 Washington quarter with a well-defined double die, the value can skyrocket. It's the rarity of these errors that makes the 1974 Washington quarter with a double die worth so much more than the typical 25-cent coin. It's not just the error coins that are of interest, though. The 1974 Washington quarter is part of the broader history of U.S. coinage, and as such, it has a place in any collection of American currency. The design itself, featuring George Washington's profile on the obverse, has long been celebrated for its artistry. The reverse, depicting a bald eagle with wings spread, adds to the coin's symbolism, making it an important piece for anyone interested in American culture or numismatics. Despite its initial minting as a regular circulating coin, the 1974 Washington quarter has become an object of fascination for collectors because of its potential for rarity. And here's where the excitement for collectors really begins. If you happen to come across a 1974 Washington quarter with a double die error, you could be holding onto a coin that's worth far more than just its face value. In fact, a coin in great condition can fetch as much as $124,000. Yes, you heard that right, $124,000. This substantial value highlights the amazing world of coin collecting, where even the most seemingly ordinary coins can become incredibly valuable treasures when they feature a rare mistake or error. The 1974 Washington quarter is a perfect example of how a small error in minting can lead to a big payoff for collectors who are lucky enough to find one. If you ever come across one of these special quarters, it might just be the find of a lifetime. Top 3. The Washington quarter, a coin that has been part of the American landscape since 1932, continues to capture the attention of collectors, historians, and numismatists alike. Among its many years of production, the 1980 Washington quarter stands out as a fascinating chapter in the history of U.S. coinage. While most quarters from this era are commonly seen in circulation, the 1980 Washington quarter holds a particular allure, especially when you delve deeper into its variations and the rare coins that it produced. This seemingly simple coin can be far more valuable than you'd expect. The Washington quarter of 1980 is a product of a time when the United States was experiencing economic changes, and the government was looking for ways to meet the growing demand for coinage. The design of the coin, which remained unchanged since 1932, features the iconic image of George Washington on the obverse, front, designed by John Flanagan. The reverse, back, depicts the bald eagle, representing strength, freedom, and pride. It's a design that has endured through generations, becoming a symbol of the nation's resilience and history. At first glance, the 1980 Washington quarter might appear to be just another routine coin that circulated during this period. However, as is often the case in the world of coin collecting, there's more than meets the eye. While the 1980 quarters were minted in the usual copper-nickel clad composition, a closer inspection reveals that some of these coins have become highly sought after for their exceptional rarity. You see, like with many coins, there are rare errors and variations that make certain 1980 quarters worth far more than their face value. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1980 Washington quarter is the presence of certain error coins, which have driven their value up considerably. Minting errors are a natural part of the coin production process, but when they occur, they can turn an otherwise ordinary coin into a highly valuable collector's item. The 1980 Washington quarter is no exception. One of the most notable errors for this coin involves the misaligned die error. A misaligned die occurs when the dies used to strike the coin are not perfectly aligned during the minting process. This misalignment can result in coins with off-center designs, blurry images, or even double impressions. While this error may seem small to the untrained eye, it can have a significant impact on the coin's value. For coin collectors, errors like the misaligned die are treasures. They create rare, one-of-a-kind pieces that stand out in any collection. The 1980 Washington quarter with such errors has become highly coveted among collectors, particularly those looking for coins with unique characteristics. In addition to the misaligned die, there are other errors and variations of the 1980 Washington quarter that further increase its value. Some quarters were struck with different levels of pressure, causing slight changes in their appearance. Others might have had worn-out dies or imperfections that led to unique details that aren't found in most of the 1980 quarters. These variations are what make the 1980 Washington quarter especially intriguing for collectors, as they offer an opportunity to own a piece of coinage history that is unlike any other. But it's not just the errors that make the 1980 Washington quarter special. Like all U.S. coins, the value of a 1980 quarter can also be influenced by its condition. Coins that are well preserved, without much wear or damage, are always more desirable to collectors. The key is finding a coin in excellent condition with the added bonus of a rare error or variation. Coins in higher grades can fetch impressive amounts at auction, with collectors willing to pay top dollar for pieces that have survived the decades in pristine form. Now, let's get to the exciting part, the value. While most 1980 Washington quarters are worth no more than their face value of 25 cents, the rare error coins, or those in exceptional condition, can command extraordinary prices. For example, a well-preserved 1980 Washington quarter with a misaligned die or other significant error can be worth as much as $104,000. That's right, $104,000. It's a jaw-dropping amount for a coin that was originally produced as a simple quarter for everyday transactions. Top 4. The Washington quarter has long been an enduring symbol of American currency, and over the decades, different years of issue have sparked the interest of collectors. Among these, the 1983 Washington quarter stands out, not just for its design, but also for the potential treasures it holds for those who know what to look for. The 1983 quarter might seem like a common coin, but there are rare versions of it that have surfaced, making it a highly sought-after piece in the world of numismatics. In 1983, the United States was experiencing an era of change. The country was recovering from the economic challenges of the 1970s, and the mint was in full swing producing the familiar quarters that circulated through the nation. The 1983 Washington quarter, like all quarters from this time, features the traditional design created by John Flanagan. On the obverse, front, is the profile of George Washington, the first president of the United States, while the reverse, back, displays an eagle, a symbol of the country's strength and freedom. Although these quarters were minted for everyday use, the real intrigue surrounding the 1983 Washington quarter lies in its potential rarity. This coin, like so many others, was mass-produced for circulation, yet there are certain factors that can make a 1983 Washington quarter significantly more valuable than just 25 cents. While most of these coins can be found in pocket change without much fanfare, there are special versions that stand out in the world of coin collectors. One of the most exciting reasons the 1983 Washington quarter is so attractive to collectors is due to a rare minting error that occurred during production. Minting errors can happen during the process of creating coins, and when they do, they can transform an otherwise standard coin into a valuable collector's item. In the case of the 1983 Washington quarter, one of the most significant errors that has emerged is the double die variety. A double die error occurs when the design elements of the coin are struck twice, causing them to appear slightly shifted or doubled. This results in noticeable imperfections, particularly in areas like the lettering and the date. For those who are familiar with coin collecting, the double die error is a big deal. It is an error that can make the coin appear unique and interesting, creating a one-of-a-kind piece that collectors are eager to get their hands on. When this type of error occurs on a 1983 Washington quarter, it can significantly boost the coin's value, turning it from a simple quarter into a prized treasure. In addition to the double die error, there are other variations that can make a 1983 Washington quarter stand out. Some of these coins were struck with a slight misalignment in the dies, creating off-center designs that can be incredibly rare. Others may have been struck with too much pressure, causing details to appear more deeply engraved. These subtle changes can make a 1983 quarter much more valuable than a regular coin, as collectors look for unique characteristics that are difficult to find. Beyond the errors, the condition of the 1983 Washington quarter also plays a crucial role in determining its value. Like any other coin, quarters in pristine condition are always in higher demand. Coins that have been well preserved, with minimal wear and tear, are more likely to fetch higher prices at auction. A 1983 Washington quarter that has survived in excellent condition, combined with the added bonus of a minting error, can be worth a small fortune. Now, here's the part that really gets collectors excited: the value of these special 1983 quarters. While a typical 1983 Washington quarter may only be worth its face value of 25 cents, those with minting errors or those in exceptional condition can fetch astonishing sums. A coin that is in good condition and features a rare error can be worth as much as $94,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $94,000. Top 5. The Washington quarter is one of the most recognizable coins in the United States, having been in circulation for nearly a century. The 1988 Washington quarter, in particular, holds a special place in the world of coin collecting. While it may seem like just another coin that went through the mint during the late 20th century, there's a lot more to this seemingly ordinary quarter than meets the eye. For collectors and enthusiasts, the 1988 Washington quarter is more than just currency. It's a piece of history with the potential to be worth far more than its face value. In 1988, the U.S. Mint was still producing coins using the familiar copper-nickel clad composition, which had been in use since the 1960s. The Washington quarter, named after the first president of the United States, George Washington, features a design that was originally created in 1932 by John Flanagan. The obverse, front, depicts a profile of Washington, while the reverse, back, features a bald eagle, a symbol of strength and freedom. These elements have remained largely unchanged for decades, making the Washington quarter a timeless piece of American currency. On the surface, the 1988 Washington quarter might seem like a typical coin, nothing out of the ordinary. However, as with many coins, there are hidden treasures that make certain examples incredibly valuable. While most of the 1988 Washington quarters were produced and circulated for regular use, some hold rare characteristics that set them apart. These variations and minting errors can lead to coins that are worth far more than their face value. In fact, certain 1988 Washington quarters have become highly sought after by collectors due to their rarity and unique features. One of the most exciting reasons collectors are drawn to the 1988 Washington quarter is the possibility of finding minting errors. While the vast majority of these coins were struck perfectly, a small number of them were affected by errors during production. These mistakes, while rare, can turn an otherwise standard coin into a valuable piece of numismatic history. One of the most sought-after errors in the world of coin collecting is the off-center strike. An off-center strike occurs when the coin is not properly aligned in the die, causing the design to appear shifted or misaligned. When an off-center strike happens on a 1988 Washington quarter, the result is a coin with a unique and irregular appearance. These off-center errors can make the coin look as though part of the design is missing, creating an intriguing visual that collectors find highly desirable. Coins with this type of error are relatively rare, and when they do surface, they can attract a lot of attention from serious collectors looking for something special to add to their collections. Another factor that can make a 1988 Washington quarter valuable is its condition. As with any collectible, coins in pristine condition are always in higher demand. A 1988 Washington quarter that has been well preserved, with minimal wear, scratches, or discoloration, is more likely to fetch a higher price. In the world of numismatics, the condition of the coin can make all the difference. Coins that have been kept in excellent condition are often referred to as being in mint state, and these coins are more likely to command significant amounts at auction or in private sales. Collectors also look for coins with high-grade markings, such as those certified by professional grading services. These graded coins have been assessed for their quality and given a numerical score based on factors like their clarity, sharpness, and overall appearance. A 1988 Washington quarter that has been professionally graded and deemed to be in mint state is considered a valuable piece of American numismatic history. Coins in excellent condition, combined with the rarity of certain minting errors, can bring in prices that far exceed their original worth. So, what kind of value are we talking about when it comes to the 1988 Washington quarter? While the vast majority of these coins are worth only 25 cents, those that have minting errors are in exceptional condition or have been professionally graded can be worth far more. A 1988 Washington quarter in excellent condition with a rare minting error or unique feature can be sold for as much as $77,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $77,000.